General safety rules and regulation. Usually, you should not have to inspect cargo or take sample on a vessel. But if you do, always make sure that the master, crew, and any other operatives in the vicinity know what you intended to do. This guidance is intended to provide on a overview of the safety hazards that you may encounter when you are working on a ship and other vessels. Risk assessment and safety working practices should be available for staff working on ships or vessels. First, suitable safety equipment. Safety equipment must be available and should be worn. This may include high visibility clothing, life jackets, gloves, overalls, non-slip, and anti-static footwear, safety helmets. Access to vessels. This section contains guidance on how to board vessels safely. Boarding from the quay. When you board a vessel from the quay side, you should use the accommodation ladder or gangway provided. The gangway or ladder is properly rigged and screwed. It is deployed at a safety angle and extend 1 meter above where you are going. The safety nets are in place if you are crossing over water. If you are boarding a roll-on or roll-off ferrying, you should do via the gangway unless the behind ramps are the only means of access. Boarding from another vessels. Boarding one vessels from another can be particularly hazardous. Try to avoid it if it at all possible. Never attempt this if a vessel is moving. Remember, you must always wear a life jackets when boarding one vessels from one another and take extreme care, particularly in for weather. Using ladders. Do not use a portable ladder to gain access to a vessels. Ladders marked for a domestic use must not be used. Secure the ladder at the boat ends to prevent slipping. Make sure it extends at least 1 meter above the place you are trying to get to a keep both hands free while climbing. Attach tools to a tool belt and store other. Personal carries. Personal carries are one occasionally used by staff who board mobile offshore drilling units. Understand how the transfer is to take place and be satisfied it is safe. Wear a life jackets and only other safety clothing you or your manager consider necessarily. Make sure that the standby vessels are rescue boat and intended. Working on a board, several hazards are common to all areas of vessels. Never attempt to examine any equipment on board until you have consulted a responsible official. Unstill interference with safety equipment, navigational apparatus, or electrical system can affect the seaworthiness of the vessel, the safety of the passenger and crew.